All right, there's a lot going on here. Number 5, we have f of x is x plus 3 divided by x minus 3. And then there's a graph down here that we need to move around. We need to move the vertical and horizontal lines so they go with the asymptotes. That's a new word. And then 2 points for the x and y intercepts. So x plus 3 divided by x minus 3. And we just kind of learned about asymptotes. Okay, there's a number that makes this undefined. Remember, we look at the denominator. So if I set that equal to 0 and then solve, x equals 3. This is actually a number that x cannot equal, and it's a line. It's right here. Goes up and down. This is a vertical asymptote. That's what we were finding in those last couple problems. So it's this value that x gets really, really close to. I can graph it right here. I like to change it so it's a dotted line. So x gets really, really, really close to it. It can't ever be 3. 3 makes it undefined. So once it hits the asymptote, it jumps. And that's why we have the graph that jumps to the other side. So x equals 3 is our vertical asymptote. And that's this line. See, x equals, I'm going to bring it over here to 3. And then we have a horizontal asymptote. And this is where we have to look at the degree of the top and the bottom. And when I mean degree, I mean of the variables. So this is x to the first power, and this is x to the first power. So the top has degree 1, and the bottom has degree 1. And now we have some rules. So we're just going to do this one. When they're the same, you take the coefficients. So this is an easy one. This is 1x and 1x. So our coefficients here are 1 over 1, and that makes our horizontal asymptote. It's always y equals, and 1 over 1 is 1. So here, this is a line, y equals 1. This is our horizontal asymptote. So same thing, it's a line. And it means that the values cannot cross there. The graph gets really, really, really close to that, and then it jumps. It's also undefined. So we have 2 asymptotes, x equals 3, y equals 1. And then we need to move our intercepts. So let's see what those are. I can probably pull those from here. There's our y-intercept, 0, -1. So I'm going to go move that. And then our x-intercept is off the graph somewhere. Let's go find where that is. So I'm going to rewrite my function. And remember, we get the x-intercept when y equals 0. And that always knocks out the denominator. So we solve the numerator equal to 0. Oops. So -3, -3. So x equals -3 will be our x-intercept. So I'm going to go back here and move it over here. And you could have seen that from the graph, but now we know everything's correct. And those are asymptotes. So that's a new thing. We're going to do a couple more of those in the next problems.